Hi friends, Leah the trader here from Trading Mindset and Data TMAT. I want to do a little recap of the month we had, talk a little bit about what I'm expecting to the future, next couple of weeks, and what are news in our Discord. So let's start. I'm going to share a screen with you with all the trades that we took. So first of all, here is our spreadsheet that we record every single trade that we take in our group. So I just want to explain to you how it works. When you have, for example, $100,000 portfolio that you trade with, I trade personally that I risk only 1% of my portfolio on a trade. That means $1,000, right? I'm not saying this is the size of my portfolio. It's just easy for the math. All right. So when I set up the stop losses here, you can see them. Then I will count the shares that I buy, right? So if my entry is 182, like we had on Reddit, and my stop loss is 177, that means I'm risking $5 on a share. 1,000 divided by 5 is 200 shares, okay? When I get stopped out, I usually want to be stopped out by -1 max. You don't want to get stopped out more than one risk unit because then you're losing more than 1% of your account. Here, it was less. We got out, we get filled less than what we wanted. Sometimes I cut the trades shorter. Same here. I was getting into why is there 0.93? Because I was taking partial profits. 25%, these are the percentages. This is all automated. You see up here, we have the formula that we coded. So I can give you this formula is easy, but how it is when I have first partial exit. So I take 33.20 and the second exit is 31. I was taking 50-50%, okay? Sometimes I took at a NBIS, for example, 42, and then sadly we got stopped out at 33. So I took 25%, 75% sadly at the stop out. It blew below my stop loss, but thankfully it wasn't even 1 hour because we took the profits the Friday before. Here, sadly, it was awful. I did not take any partial profits. I kept the trade on up over the weekend. And sadly, when I woke up on Monday, it was just absolute. This 355 was my stop loss, but sadly, it blew through all the stop losses and I lost 4.4 hour. This honestly does not happen very often. This is very unique situation, okay? So here I got into a day trade and I saw that this is not going to work out. Got out quickly, almost at zero, right? But I want to be precise. So this in total, as you can see, we have some 1.4 hour trade, 0.6. Ideally, you want to have trades that are more than 1 hour because then you have less, even if you are not right all the time, you still make money. It's not always possible. 2.3 hour on Algo, that was a great one. 3 hour was again on Meta. And then we had really nice sum of the trades. So basically, this month, the portfolio was 15.3 R, which is 15.3% when the R is 1% risk. Okay, risk to reward. And our win rate is 69.5, or my win rate this month. I had 16 winners, 7 losers. All of these trades, okay, all of these trades are recorded in our Discord, guys. Every single one of them in charts and data. All right. So no matter where you go, everything is in there. I post sometimes. I give you these trades usually before I take them. And then you should take them on your own with the setup I give you. If not, I post it too, but sometimes there is always a delay because I prefer to take my trade first and then post. Sometimes I do it the other way around, but then I'm harming myself because I'm not on time and I'm missing money. So in all respect, I give people all this information before. It's up to you if you are going to have a watch list with a notification and you take those trades, right? So that's pretty much that. Why I'm doing this, I want to be extremely transparent because you see a lot of people having irrational expectations. Quite frankly, 15 hour is a very good month, guys. Just think about it. If you only make 5 hours on a month times 12, just count how many percent it is on your account, right? So that's 5 times 12, that's 60%, my friends. This was a very good month. I think we had really quick, it was an exhausting month, but you could have made money. We have 3 trades opened. AMD is a long-term swing for me. I have Google and I have silver. I closed everything else today I was posting. Right? Silver, we'll see. I have very tight stop loss on that one, 22,815. And then I have Google. So let's look at those opened. And I actually opened CRM before the market closed. So I have to still add it to the list. But CRM will be probably into February. So Google today was a breakout. It's still a nice profitable trade. AMD for me is truly just bottom feeding. I don't like those kind of trades, but I will see what happens with this one. Silver is more an inflation play, and I think that silver has much more upside than gold at this point. PLTR is just an earning play. I don't play earnings often. People they trade with me, they know me, I do not like it. But I'm betting on PLTR based on a flow that we've seen into this name that it's gonna go. If not, well, look, it's $420 loss or 430 on one call. I got 2 calls only. It's not that much to not risk like crazy, but let's see. CRM, I just got into this one when I was closing the market 3 minutes before. We'll see what happens. All right. 141 was my entry. So I can go over any of these trades. I just really want for people to have realistic expectations. This can be $50,000 portfolio, right? It doesn't have to be 100. And then your risk unit would be 500. If you would just trade with me what I trade, even with this, you would make with 50,000 portfolio, you would make 7.5K in this case, right? So simple, 500 times 15. It's simple math. So if you have 100,000 portfolio, you would be making $15,000 something, right? And you can just do the math. Doesn't matter. You can do this with 25,000 portfolio. I know in US it's hard because you need to have the minimum 25,000, but now they changed it only overnight. So you can take one trade. So as you can see, sometimes I take a lot of trades, sometimes less. Depends on the market. I adjust a lot. All right. So by 25,000 portfolio, you would have 250 stop risk. You would still make $3,800 with this kind of trading, just to follow what I'm doing. So I want people to be realistic because they might feel like, oh, that's not enough. I want more. No, guys, this is a lot of money. And if you only make, as I said, 5 hours a month, that's 60% a year, guys. Just think about it, okay? So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. Set realistic expectation, see the transparency, what I'm trading. I do not trade like a lot of options. I sell them. Here I have options that I sold. I just usually leave them expire. Sometimes I close like today. I closed NVIDIA that I sold, the put 122 for February. I closed it because NVIDIA has been hovering around the 200 moving average for a little bit too long for my taste. Okay, I like when it bounces, which did, but I did not like the way how it's sitting here. So who knows? We might continue higher, but if we crash, my levels on Nvidia are 113, 101, 91. I don't think it's gonna get there. Wishful thinking. All right, we had huge winners this month with Algo. I mean, we can look at the list. As I said, I took 16 winning trades, 7 losing trades, 23 total. So let me see who had the highest return. The trade was this last NVIDIA bounce and Algo. And here we have, Algo. And then we had Meta. Yeah, and RDV also was a crazy trade. So you can see Meta. We were getting in right here at 262. That was my entry. I've been in Meta for longer, so these are all the trades that we took before. And they just exploded. I was getting out of this trade on the way. right? I still have my investment. That's completely different. Let's not mix those two. So that's Meta Algo. We traded twice this month. The first time Algo was traded here at 230. Yeah, when we crossed the 10 moving average. And I got out at 243. And then I waited for this little dip and I got back in at 230 and I traded it back again. So that was my Algo trade. And I closed Algo on Friday. I closed Nvidia last week. I closed it all. I left sadly up and I left Imbis, and those caused me this 4.4 hour loss. That was just absolutely disgusting. That was here on Friday. I looked at the chart on Friday. I said, okay, look, it's really brewing. It wants to go higher. And it did for fact, but it took a detour. So I traded it from yesterday. I entered at 365 was my entry yesterday. This was the old one, and I got out today. It's all in the Discord. I was getting out at 377. So I made quick $12 on a share overnight. This is a very choppy situation here. And yeah, this was an ugly, ugly fail. I really woke up and I was closing it at like 38. It was just awful because I had only $5 stop loss. That's a problem with breakouts. When you trade them, you have very tight stops, and if you leave them overnight, this can happen. In any case, that was up, and NBIS was awful too. Like this thing, thank God that I took profits partially here from the breakout, because if I wouldn't have, this would have been really ugly. And I was posting it in Discord on Friday last week that we are in all-time highs, and I really think the market is gonna retest. That was right here Friday, and that we should take some profits. And we were in many trades, and I was closing them, closing them, closing them. And sometimes I have a plan, but guys, you have to adjust, because when you're trading for longer, you have intuition and you kind of have a feel for the market that you build when you're a professional trader and you trade every day like I do. And I was just feeling that I need to get the fuck out. So I did. I took a lot of profits, and I'm happy I did, because again, I ended the month really nicely. And it was not an easy month to trade, my friends. It was a pretty choppy month. When you look at it, we had like an ugly downturn from New Year, and then, again. So just look, when you're up, just use your critical thinking. When you're up in a week, all right, or 2 weeks, 6% on SPY, all right, just use your critical thinking. This index doesn't move like that. This index moves on average 8 to 10% on a year. If you have this kind of rally, you know it's gonna like to retest. Okay, so take some stuff off of the table unless you're invested. Let's not talk about investments, right? Investments is a different animal. It's like comparing oranges to apples. But when you're a short-term trader, if you're in swings and if you're trading short-term, you want to take your profits, okay? So that's pretty much all I wanted. So I have again silver, I have AMD position trade, Google, filter just a gamble for Monday earnings, and CRMI opened. And we'll see on Monday, right? We'll see. I think we're gonna go back up. I think we're gonna just chop, guys. This is gonna take a while. But I would suggest you're careful, because now end of January is over. February, we can have a little bit of run into the OPEX, which will be on 14th of February, the option expiration monthlies. And I think after we're gonna have a challenging time. Usually, second half of February is awful, March because of taxes. Just be prepared. Don't go crazy. Take smaller positions. Let's see what happens. Part of being successful trader is not only making money, but keeping the money and understanding the market dynamics. This year, I said that at the beginning of the year in our Discord, please have wide stops. We're gonna have a very choppy market. It's going to be very erratic. We have volatile president who likes to change topics very quickly, who's going to do radical, unexpected things that's going to move the market. It's fun to trade, but you have to know how to trade it. So big stop losses, try to more day trade, get quickly in and out, or just invest and buy the dips and do not look at it. It's also great for volatile option sailing. So the VIX is really low right now, but if you're gonna have these spikes, as we had, it's a great time when you see spike like this to sell puts or calls, right? Usually on those days will be puts because the market most likely falling like we had on Monday. It was a great time to sell puts. So this is pretty much it. Very nice to have you here. Thanks for listening. My name is Leah and I am the trader at Trading Minds Data. You can visit us, join us, trade with us, learn, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Have a good day.